There are two intents in the world, and a psychotherapist by name Margaret Paul says that those two intents are the intent to learn or the intent to protect. And she says that these two intents, both of them cannot work together. They are mutually exclusive. For everything we do, everything we say, and everything we think of, we are either operating from the intent to learn or the intent to protect. Toastmasters and guests, good evening. And let me ask you this question. How many of us love to learn? Can I see one raise of hand? I think that connects you to me because I love to learn too. But the question is, how often do we actually learn when we say we want to learn? How do we know that we have learned something? Anthony changed my life. He was a younger of a set of twins. His brother Noel was the kid on the block, the genius kid, that one that was brilliant, bright, and everyone in the class will always say, Noel, 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 he's got the answer. But Anthony, he was that dull, sluggish, would not finish his notes kind of kid. And then each time he came back home, his dad was worried. This is a true story. I have two children. Noel is a super kid. Anthony is struggling. And he called me. Someone referred me to them. He said, Noel, Anthony has a problem. Teacher, can you help him do well in school, get his notes done, and probably represent the family very well? He's got a brother who is doing well. After about 1 month of struggling to get Anthony to sit down and learn, he finally summoned up the courage to look me in the eye one day, and then with a soft-spoken tone, he said to me, Mr. Nameti, why does everyone think that I am not intelligent? I'm just slow. I'm not dull. Then it struck a chord. I could remember the number of times that I was slow as a student of mathematics. The number of times each time the teacher said, do you understand? I was afraid to say, I don't understand, because almost everyone in the class were fast and they knew they got it right. It's like, why was I slow in picking up the Toastmasters and guests? Learning has got to be the greatest superpower of this age. And every day we go out there on the internet. When we surf, we see that everyone seems to be in the learning business. From LinkedIn Learning to Metaverse to Google, Coursera, Intentional, everywhere people talk about learning. But I want to ask, what is the intent each time we say we want to learn? Do we actually learn? There are two suggestions that has been given by McKinsey that will empower not just young people, but adults to ensure that they can learn anything in this age. The first is to have a growth mindset. Actually, this is not original to McKinsey. We all know of Carol Dweck, the famous Stanford psychologist, who went into the research about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. I personally came to realize that as an adult, I may have been struggling with the fixed mindset. Because recently, I had an opportunity to learn a new skill in cybersecurity. And I told myself, Nameti, how you're not really good in math, you're not good in coding. How would you learn cybersecurity? The fixed mindset makes me all stuck. Us feel that our resources and intelligence is fixed. But the growth mindset, according to Carol Dweck, tells us that we are not fixed. Intelligence is expanding. The second thing that empowers us as learners is curiosity. I like to see this curiosity as taking a walk in the park with a child, where you're holding the hand's child and leading the child somewhere. But then the child says to you, Mom, can I hold your hand and lead you to where you're going? Curiosity is like trusting the child to lead you to a world of adventure. How many of us adults will trust our children to lead us to the world of learning and adventure? That is exactly what the inner child does to us. When we operate from curiosity, we are not afraid of failing. Every mistake contains a hidden magic. Today, I tell myself all the time, if knowledge was exactly the currency, then learning would be the exchange rate. Let me ask you, what exchange rate would you give today if you were asked to rate your learning skill on a scale? How often do you learn new skills? How often do you try something new? How can you measure yourself? You remember the boy named Anthony? He was slow, but he wasn't dull. Some of us are like that, learning at different paces. But each time we go back and realize that rate is not equal to aptitude. Pace is not equal to aptitude. We all have a different way we learn. And that is why the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Education and Peace has designed the universal design for learning, which means that everyone should be able to learn in their own way. That is exactly what I feel is the intent. The true intent every way for every adult is to learn. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmasters of the Day.